All I want to do is hear. Oh yeah. All I want to do is hear. All I wanna do is hear. It's been wrong. All I want, yeah. All I wanna do is come on in the building, you guys. Come on in the building. Come on in the building. Go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My good people. To your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. And we each one teach one how to heal ourselves. And here on the HerbMan Show, we got to get you to understand that you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So here we make sure that we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, the wholeness, and the wellness that you deserve, okay? You deserve this. This ain't something that you got to fight for. You deserve it, okay? This ain't something you got to fight for. You deserve this. So when you're looking at your rights, when you're looking at all of your privileges, you must understand that you also have the privy to this information, which is if you can unlock key mechanisms within your life experience, you can reach your full potential easy. And if you're dealing with difficulty, you can alleviate those difficulties rapidly. So if I can get to my destination easy and then I can repair rapidly, now I understand how to work my machinery. Okay? But you must first understand regulation. How simple, but how important it is to regulate the breath. The Pneuma. The Stoics and the Greeks thought that Pneuma was the key. It was the breath, the spirit, the vital force, the animating intelligence within you. It is the life that moves through matter. Even the caduceus and the staff symbol, it traditionally means authority, support, and guidance. That axis connecting heaven and earth. The spine. And the Pneuma staff. When you put those things together, then you'll understand that even the ancient people knew that breath. So the reason why I'm talking about breath really, really quickly is, what is the most combustible mineral that you need in your body? Just so that we can go ahead and get rid of the haters. What is the most combustible thing that you need in your body? Anybody know? I know I got my star students watching me. Excuse me, you guys. It sound like I'm losing my voice. What's happening? What's happening? Good morning, YouTubers. Thank you for parking in. Go get somewhere, get situated. Go tell somebody to go tell somebody. You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Somebody said carbon. Okay, not quite, but good guess. Anybody else? I sound like I'm losing my voice. Anybody else? Gases. The most combustible thing that you need to break down everything and create ATP, create energy. The most important thing in your blood. I mean, this thing is the most important mineral that you need, which is why you're here and you exist. Okay? What is that mineral? Anybody know? Don't tell it to me like that, Tavares. You right, but don't tell it to me like that. I ain't say element. I want minerals. It start with an O. Tavares is right. Shadi, nah. Sharonda, thank you. Y'all go follow Sharonda. Okay? Oxygen, O2, is the most combustible thing that's necessary in your body in order for everything to do what it got to do. So although you're only really getting about 15 to 20% oxygen, if that, because the rest of it is nitrogen and all this other stuff in the air anyway, you're only getting about 20-some%, if that. That's so necessary for the operation of your body, and the ancient people knew this. Now, the subtle thing about this is that the life experience can increase or decrease the breath, which is, in other words, what these folks like to call it, is stress. Now, listen to me and follow me. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Okay? I always go somewhere when I talk now. All you got to do is to sit back and listen. Right? So now you took the elevated or the imbalance of my breathing. See, the first balancing act was about breath. All right. If something excited you, you breathe faster. If something didn't, you maintain or you could lower your breathing pattern, depending on what it is. But my point to you is that the breath was already a factor being understood. And so when you look at the staff, they already knew that that represented the spine because you didn't know nothing about the spinal breath axis. And the pneuma was the breath, the spirit, moving through the spine, the rod of living intelligence, a symbol of spirit directing the body. The healing staff was another thing in relation. When we're looking at the rod of Asclepius, and a lot of people don't know that in Greek it was Asclepius, but in Egyptian it's Anhotep or Imhotep. So we've been trying to reveal to you guys why humming, regulation, awe, gratitude, laughing, moving around. That's what the thing was all about in the beginning. The Pneuma staff is nothing but a principle about moving, making sure things circulate, making sure things restore itself, respirate. So it was all about respiratory vitality. It was all about the nervous regulation. This is all about spiritual perception. This is all about how aligned are you with natural law. So in the ancient times, they used to talk about the soma, right? Something, we can call that the one that nourishes. Then you have the Pneuma. The Pneuma is the one that animates. Right? Then you heard of a Greek goddess called Psyche. The one that feels. Then you had Nos. The one that directs. So that's what Pneuma was back in those times. Already something understood. It was already something understood. You see? How many of you guys ever heard of the Pneuma? Put some ones in the chat if you've heard of the Pneuma staff or the Pneuma. It's nothing but a threefold symbol of the human life. And if we can change our oxygen levels, if we can change our oxygen levels, that's what's going to help us defeat the enemy. A lot of times when we are sick, the respiratory system goes out. The digestive system goes down. We need for you to be able to eat oxygen, drink oxygen, and you got to keep it in alongside the other electrolytes that we put in. So that's why it's not feasible, you guys, to come at the last minute when you can't eat, when you can't go no more, and then the doctor done told you you finna die. Then you come try me. I'm saying don't do that. I should be right alongside the care from the long haul, from the scratch. Because keeping you breathing and understanding the spinal breath axis, this is your living pillar. Okay? This is like the backbone of stability. And this thing is a little heavier than just the physical. And when you look at the Pneuma this way, I may have to cut the video short today, you guys. Feel like I'm losing my voice. So I definitely got to get it back before the school. All this stuff, man, is just what I'm teaching you about how I understand life, is why we understand the health assessments that we bring to the planet are the best. That's all. But I need for you to understand why regulation is so important, just another way, right? This is just another way for you to understand why it's important to wake up and not focus on the breath, focus on the regulation of your life. Balance. Pretty much balance. So when you're looking at this Pneuma staff, you got the breath, you got your impulse, and you got your awareness. These are the three things that move the staff. Yes, oxygen, but rhythm, but life exchange. Yes, yes. Yes, nerve signaling, but also instruction. Yes, yes. Consciousness, staying super sensitive. See, this makes the spine not just structural, but a conduit. You could say the lungs will pull in the spirit and the spine distributes and the organs obey it. The spirit, the air element. And some traditions treat cerebrospinal fluid or cerebrospinal flow as this subtle river that we talk about. And breath affects the heart rhythm. Breath affects the heart rhythm. What's the number one? What's the number one killer? Y'all know what it is. What's the number one killer? What's the number one killer? Air affects the lungs, the breath. Just heart disease in general, right? Breath affects the heart rhythm. It affects the vagal tone. The vagal tone is your monitor system, but it's also your ability to relax. It's one of those biggest herbs that really work in cohesiveness with your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest, repair, and digest. Okay. So you must understand this one. All right. The next one is your emotional regulation. Air. Your breathing. These are the things that you don't really think about because we're so beeline, microscopic, driven, and you're driving without watching the environment. You can still drive and look on the side of the road and see where you're going, see where you're at. You can still drive this thing called life and enjoy the view. Mental clarity. Breathing affects how well you think. Now, these are the fundamental roots of a lot of our issues. So the way I'm trying to explain this to you is that you were granted this experience. And we're not trying to excite you here. And we're sure not trying to make it boring. But we understood that if we can give you a regulated environment, you will last long. But we gave you the regulated environment and you created a world within that doesn't regulate you. You are a spirit governing matter. You are a spirit governing matter. Somebody understand that? You are a spirit governing matter. So now what does that mean to me? You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Watch this. I know I'm going slow today because I'm going somewhere. I need for y'all to hear this. Okay? I need for y'all to hear this. This ain't even about, this is about just understanding. Okay? These things are pretty much at the fundamental root of most of your diseases. And you need healing from it. Or you're going to need to be better equipped at how these come. They come through the variability of the breathing. The variability of the breathing comes through the environmental stimuli in life. So if something keeps your pressure up, keeps you hyperventilated, your posture, your lifestyle, your circumstances, just life in general, keeps you in panic, not safety. Panic mode is not just, we're not just talking about you being scared of anything. That's not the case. Panic mode is check to check. Now, check to check is, by definition, if you miss a day at work, it would greatly reduce your ability to pay your bills on time. So also it means that by the time you get paid again, you have no money. Okay? Check to check means by the time you get paid again, you have no money. You're solely relying and living life check to check. That will create stress and anxiety. It ain't, yeah, you working and everything. So, but it ain't got nothing to do with you being scared. It's just gonna keep you excessive. It's not gonna make you feel safe because one slip up, one this, one that. Now, here's the thing. There's some people who's not walking on eggshells to where they're gonna lose their job, but this still produces the same result in that person. Burnout, stress. Now, the breathing pattern of a person living like this starts to play a part in these roles in the person's body. Gradually. One person, it may be messing with their mental clarity. The next person, it could be messing with their emotional regulation. The next person, it could be messing with their nerve system. It could be messing with or it could be messing with all of them in a few people. See, but there's different ways to look at the panic mode, the survival mode, alters breathing very frequently. And the ancient idea of tension, talking about the Stoics, they also had concepts sometimes called tonos. or tonos just means tension. And if you can imagine a little strange instrument, right? If it's too loose, they would consider that disorder. If it was too tight, you're prone to breakdown. Proper tension, you get the best harmony. Pneuma was that living tension. And you had to understand how to be tuned in. And so this was profound. And the best health is the correct tension on the body. The person that's diseased is a disordered tension. Even in the Bible, when they talk about Jesus, when they talk about Pneuma, right? John the Baptist was by water, but Jesus was by Pneuma, fire in the air. A living warmth, a movement. But understanding that this happens reality, you can learn how to control your metabolism with the way you're breathing. Your nerve excitability can be reduced with the way you're breathing. Your circulation can be better and improved with the way you're breathing. Your motivation about life can be better with the way you're breathing. You just need to understand how to do it. So should your breathing be fast or slow? Let me ask you guys really quick. Should your breathing be fast or slow? Let me ask you guys real quick. Should your breathing be fast or slow? Slow. Everybody's saying slow. Okay. What slows your breathing down? Let me ask you that then. So since everybody locked into that, you guys keep tapping, I'm going to keep talking. So everybody locked into that, then what slows your breathing down? BK55 said peace, calm. Now I'm talking about to you. I don't want classroom answers. I want what slows your breathing down. I'm talking to you. This is not a classroom session. And I know half of y'all ain't doing shit that you just put up there. But you are doing some stuff you're not willing to talk about. What slows your breathing down? And the first thing is, do you notice that your breathing is up? Okay. Do you notice that your breathing is up when you're walking through life, when you're just living? There we go. Relaxing, right? Yeah. Because half of the time we on 10 until we finna rest. So relaxing is a very good word. How can you relax when you're living check to check? When you're getting 4 to 6 hours of sleep before you do it again? when there is no security, there is no insurance, there is no assurance, how can that person relax? When you just got diagnosed with whatever disease they gave you, even high blood pressure and diabetes, how could you calm your system? When you got paralyzed, when you was in that accident, when you got AIDS, herpes, when you was first told, when the family member, when the friend, when the parent left far too soon, when the job laid you off, fired you, or when you walked away not knowing what you was really going to do, what calmed you? In the face of that challenge and that adversity, what calmed you? Somebody said cutting the ties. Somebody said meditation. Anybody else? Now I'm going to ask you another personal question. How many people feel like they've had more ups than downs? The law of averages. It'll always work out in your favor. Okay? Now that's a PowerPoint. The law of averages. Say, yes, I'm going to get a lot of no's, but I'm just working for the yes. And when I wake up out of the maze every now and then, I realize I done got a lot of yeses in this law of averages. Things just tend to work out. Okay. Now, the only time you're getting challenges, you see this word right here? The only reason you're dealing with challenges in any kind of way, my brothers and sisters, is that every now and then you get out of alignment. Or balance. It's almost like being in the jungle or being on the plains of Africa in the beginning. If you stay out too late, you done got out of alignment with the balance. Now, a tiger, lion, bear, oh my, may get you. Because you knew, or you should be able to see, that the animals run the night. Staying out too late without the proper understanding of the landscape can cost you your life as a human construct. But we learned that. But being out of that means out of alignment. So again, there are some things that you're doing, that's fine. But just know that when it becomes a challenge, it can be out of alignment. But Here's the caveat about the Pneuma. But there's a but there. Somebody put but in the chat, please. There's a but there. See, that what the Bible was all about, that but. That what the Bible talking about, that but right there. But see, your Pneuma is not just merely breathing. This is also what we like to call the invisible order. Riding breath, behind the breath. Could you relax just depending on nature? Or would you always need the convenience of expediency? Fast everything. Could you really wait on crop to grow? Could you really wait on the healing? Could you really wait on the season? Now, some of you guys are waiting. And there's some of you that are forcing it. And you can do all the right things, but if it's at the wrong time, it still won't give you what you need. If you can relax, and the reason why I just gave you all of this stuff, the law of averages, you just admitted to me that you got far more ups than downs. Then what is it that can slow the breathing? How are you going to relax is you have to have a surety. Okay? Here comes these two words I like to use in my teaching. Assurance and insurance, right? Now mine is with the E, but I had to put that sneak that I in. Assurance and insurance. Assure me or insure me, almost about the same two things. But because I'm from where I'm from, we're going to make them work. You want to be assured that you're insured. Then let me put it back to I. I want to be assured that I'm insured so that I can relax. So poverty doesn't create this. Check the check doesn't create this. Diagnosis doesn't create this. Failed relationship after relationship doesn't create this. So at none of the major areas of life are you going to be able to get somebody to relax. To have assurance that everything's going to be all right. And what we're trying to do simply at HerbMan Inc. is be a beacon. Be a beacon of light. Where people can come for safety and refuge in their time of need. And the one true ability that we possess is reading nature. You gotta know how to read nature. Okay? You gotta know how to read nature. So how did you guys feel today? What could impede your pneuma? You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep talking. If you want to come up here on the live, you can. I would do a weather of life for you. For a unicorn, we'll do a weather of life. But you guys got to come up here on the live. If you want to come up here on the live, you can put me in the chat. See what the weather is in your neck of the woods. Did everybody understand the pneuma? If you can't regulate, it ain't gonna work. You can't heal under stimulation. If you can't regulate, if you can't sit still, if you can't rest your mind, you can't heal the way you think you can. And it don't matter how much medication, how much herbs you go by. All right? Weather of life. What it is in your neck of the woods. You guys want to come up on the live? You can. Please give me your city and state. And we'll do the weather of life in your neck of the wood. Well, I learn something new every day. Yeah, it's all about the breathing. It's always been about the breathing. But it's all about what slows your breathing down. That relaxing feeling got to come from the experience. That's why I teach y'all awe. Awe is a breathing, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Moaning is a feeling, humming. You know, when you're doing these things, typically you're happy. And so everything, again, why would I keep you alive if you're not enjoying this? I've seen so many pastors that want to stay alive, but preach heaven. So my point to you is that why would you then not enjoy this and think that you should be saved? To continue to have a bad experience? Nah, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to understand how to think. All right? Understand how to think. G-Money Chopper said Philadelphia, Mississippi. Where's that at, bro? Shit. All right? The city and state. I ain't never heard of Philadelphia, Mississippi. I might have looked that one up, but I ain't never heard of that. That joke that put two cities in there. That city and a state. Have you been now to Philadelphia, Mississippi? Oh, Shawty said they got the casino down now. All right. Let's see. I was trying to type it in before y'all came in. Hold on. Shawty said they got that casino. Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's going to be a good 84, 85 degrees. Those conditions are partly sunny, slightly stormy chance, late day. Right? Now, the next question, G Money Chopper. Really quick. The next question is, how do you feel? Okay. Now you get energetic. You get tired. You get quiet. These are your days you get to get. Which one are you? G Money. See, that's why y'all need to come up on the live, man. You know, I can't play with y'all with this information. Energetic. All right, boy, you gotta type a little fast in that thing. G Money Chopper. All right. So basically, you got a hot and slightly wet day. Right? A hot and slightly wet day, which means that it's gonna be very good to match your energetic wake. You know, I don't know when you waking up. It's 4 or 5 o'clock here in South Africa. So, you know, if you're on the East Coast, it's gonna be 10, 12, or 11 o'clock or something like that. But wherever you are as far as time zones, your energetic day is going to match that hot. All we got to now worry about is what the slightly wet means. Okay? So the heat in this is going to match your activation, your movement. You ready to get up and get out and get something. Okay? But later on in the day, it may get a little rainy, which means that it may be some things that come up that allow you to be a little bit more sensitive. Today now, I'm just teaching you about your today. All right? I'm just teaching you about your today. And so how you want to be able to understand. Now, this is what you get when you become the inner circle, you guys. All right. So what we're teaching you right now is what you get every week. Okay. Every week you're going to get weather of life. All right. So that you can kind of understand how to plan your days and weeks and stuff like that. So this is just something that we're doing. And this is $10 a month. All right. You can go to the website, type in HerbMan Inner Circle, and you can get that information. All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you how the day go. I don't even know where you at. But what I'm saying is, if you wanted to be a good day, it will be. If you energetic and you are matching, you have a good day. But nature gonna switch up on you with that rain. You got to know what that rain means. You can still be trying to go strong. When the rain's saying, all right, now I gave you enough time to do your thing. Go on in the house. You see what I'm saying? I gave you enough time to do your thing, now go on in the house. Now it's how you obey that. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it'll help. It'll anytime it'll rain, it gonna help. Anytime it rain, it's gonna help that. What's going on? Yes, sir. So this is how we help heal our people. Understanding nature allows us then to understand what herbs that will help with this. What herbs that'll help with this? What herbs that'll help with this? And what lifestyle that can help with that? Right? And the system never fails. But herbs don't replace your life experience. So you either always going to be on these, or you're going to have to take the other advice that comes with this. And I'm not a person that's about changing one's diet. I'm not a person of elimination more than addition. Sometimes the things that you add to your life will help you eliminate the other things. A lot of times we try to clean up the house first before we buy something new. But sometimes you got to buy something new to see that it's a lot of old shit around it. And so you got to just understand how to perceive certain things. And when you're able to do that, you can see disease in the same way. Okay, wow, my body is not listening, is not defending itself anymore. Because I've probably been going through this for so long, but it's been off and on, off and on. My body been fighting it, but now it's not defending itself anymore. What is the problem? If the body is not defending itself anymore, then I just made contact with the problem. Then what is the solution? But first, do y'all understand that concept? So what is the problem of the body? If my body is not defending itself anymore, what is the problem?
Looking for a great car insurance deal? Look no further. For quality cover and affordable premiums, get a quote and see how little you could pay.
Anybody know? If my body is not defending itself anymore, what is the problem? I'm gonna wait on you. Overwhelmed, out of balance, more options, shut down. Y'all know I like to make this thing real simple. If my body is not defending itself anymore, watch the words that I'm saying. If the body is not defending itself anymore, then defense is the problem. That makes sense? Huh? Did that make sense? If my body is not defending itself any longer, then the problem must be the defense. It's in the defense, right? Everybody caught that? So that's just how simple. Somebody say it's offending. No, you pointed it out. You pointed it out in how you assess the situation. Okay, if my body has been fighting this stuff off and on, now it can't fight it no more. That means that my body it cannot defend me from this. That means that my defense is down. So it automatically gives me direction. It gives me direction, right? So now when I got direction, now it's all about how do I interject? Okay, well, what are the things that the disease is doing? Where is the location? How far along? What's the phase? Because I need to know that to understand potency. Then understanding, okay, I'm late stage. I give you all I got. This is what I give you these areas of what I got in to understand how to be able to create the environment for these diseases not to even want to live in. Okay. Now here's the thing. When I say create the environment that disease don't want to live in, some herbalists have been prone to add more toxicity. Okay. I understand the theory. But in understanding the body, instead of trying to get a herb to do something, you get the herb to help the organ that does it. So the organ can work right along with the herb to create the synergy and to create the potency. Because look, what your body secrete is way more potent than what the herb really can do. If you can give me a little bit of juice from your organ, along with the herb, we can make tremendous leeway. All right. If I can just get a little bit of juice of what your organ can do. And so that's the attempt when you're healing somebody to crank up what's in them. To bring what's in them to full term. To allow them to be impregnated with the ideals and to be able to bring them to flourishing. These diagnoses are not the end of the world. They're just challenges due to your misalignment. Just another thing to come in and interrupt your pneuma. Okay? It's just another thing to come in and interrupt your pneuma. What if you take Shilajit? You must be Ayurvedic. If you taking that Shilajit, you must be Ayurvedic, right? Break out of the matrix. Yes, Timothy. That's what this thing is all about. That's what people don't want to do. Okay? And so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, the disease, the diagnosis is causing you more problems than the actual disease. And before you got the diagnosis, you not listening to your body all them years cause for you to have the problem. You were the first one that seen blood in the stool way before the doctor did, way before your girlfriend did. My brother, you saw that blood in your stool. You were the first one to see blood in your urine way before your girl did, way before the doctor did, way before your mama knew. You knew you were peeing blood. You started feeling them itches and scratches way before your girl did. Way before your mama knew. Way before the doctor knew. You knew what was going on with you. You saw your foot swelling way before somebody else did. So the life has to be at a potential level to receive the herb's light and use them as instructions. So when you're eating your foods and you're trying to understand what is the purpose of all of this stuff, it is to enjoy it for the rest of your life. I'm going to say that one more time. Why are we here? What is the purpose? Is to enjoy it for the rest of your life. The jobs that you have now won't allow you to do that, though. The infrastructure, the capitalistic model for the human design is not built for longevity. But you want to know purpose. It was all about everlasting life through your lineage, through your children, literally and physically. But you have to know how to balance the experience to do that. Capitalism, democracy, and all the other things keep you tilted. So how you gonna live? How you gonna slow your breath down? How can I help you know that everything's gonna be okay? That's the real question. How can I slow your breathing about your situation? How can I help you slow your breathing about your situation? That's my question to you. What can I do to help you slow your breathing about the situation you're currently in? But this is what I do, you guys, for that funky measly $50. You can go to my website, type in the owner's manual. Yes, slow your breathing. Basically, to relax. What can I do to help you relax? Which is what you going through that you just need some assurance and some insurance? What's stressing you? Is it your job? Is it a disease? Is it a relationship? What's your struggle? Control your nervous system. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, breathing, to do that, right? Takesha Thompson says rheumatoid arthritis. Is that what you're saying, Takesha? Put a yes or no in the chat. I don't want to be talking about the wrong thing. Okay, so Takesha, basically, you can defeat that. All right, you can defeat it, but you got to watch your self-control. Every time you get on proper diets and stuff, you stop and you start doing other stuff. Okay, but you got to watch your self-control. Also, in watching your self-control, you also got to watch your digestive system. You got little spouts of constipation happening here and there. And every time you eat certain stuff, that's what gives you those flare-ups. But you got to get your digestive system down pat. You can't be constipated. You can't be eating foods that create that constipation. It's impossible for you to cure or to reverse rheumatoid arthritis without a healthy digestive system. Okay? 80% of your immune system is in the gut. So when we're talking about autoimmunity, where you think the penetration happening at, where you think the gate is at, what do you got to penetrate? Where the gate is at? I'm coming for your soldiers. When invaders and pathogens come into your body, they're going for your soldiers. It ain't no civilians in there. They're going for your soldiers. So they're going to attack the gut, right? So the food creates that gut permeability. And it's a thing they like to call leaky gut. And then that can start to do it. So constipation probably was the first problem before you got diagnosed. But now that you have been diagnosed, you can't allow constipation to stay the problem. All right, Takesha, anybody else? Anybody else? Slow your breathing. Okay? Slow your breathing. You telling the truth. Appreciate your user 214 1126 7357 54. Yes, sir. Clogged arteries. Okay, clogged arteries. Clogged arteries. Clogged arteries. Stress. Worrying about safety and security for most of the life. Okay? For most of the life. So you're going to have to find a place to sit down. Okay? A place to sit down. And then you guys can email me and we can create a heart blend for you as well. Or you can go to my website and type in Panacea Blend. And that Panacea Blend will help with the clogging. But it's going to take some of the other stuff too, because it's the life, all right? Multiple sclerosis, smoky quartz, 77, same thing, okay? You can't be dealing with constipation, smoky, all right? Smoky quartz, 77, you cannot be dealing with constipation and think that you're going to get rid of this. The immune system, 80% of it is in your gut, okay? So again, in every autoimmune issue, you got to go where the defense is at. It's in the gut. All right. So maybe there was some constipatory issues in the beginning. Maybe you solved them, but you can't solve multiple sclerosis without maintaining great gut health. All right. Once you get the gut health down and you close the gate so that we don't have continual gut permeability, then you'll see that your body will heal these things itself. That's my only claim to fame. Okay, I had ulcerative colitis. Anybody know about that? Ulcerative colitis. I'm the one talking about bleeding in the stool, right? So you got to close the gate. You can't try to heal something and don't know nothing about gut permeability and don't know how to layer or at least supplement helping the layering or the restructuring of the gut lining from fermentation, putrefaction of old food. Okay. Oh, what can I buy to help out? Oh, you just found out about 30 days ago. Okay, okay. Yeah, but you've been dealing with constipation though, Takesha, right? Yes, yes, user. Takesha said right, constipation. Okay. It's gonna be a rhyme to this in every one of you guys. Smoky quartz, right behind it. Okay. Constipation, right, Smoky? Right before the diagnosis or early on in the life, dealing with constipation problems. Smoky quartz. So this goes for all of them, right? Yes, opioid addiction, young constipation. Yeah. Yep. You got to heal the gut. Then you can start working on the area in which it affects. Okay. Gut. Then I go to my nervous system once I close the gate. Start to nourish my nervous system up, send the signals through the body, get my immune system built back up through immune modulation. Because when you're dealing with autoimmune diseases, you cannot have immune boosters. You don't want to boost immunity when you have an autoimmune issue. You don't want to boost that particular programming. Okay. So you're looking for actions of immunomodulation, right? That's going to be your best choice. And so foods like mushrooms and stuff like that can very well be great at immunomodulating, right? Turkey tail mushroom is what I used to use along with some reishi. Sorry, you guys, I'm about to lose my voice, so I'm just trying to talk as long as I can until it's gone. But the weather's changing here. It's been raining. It's getting cold. It's their fall season. How do I feed my pineal gland? Okay. So the best way to feed your pineal gland is continual to get more sunlight. All right. Get more sunlight. Okay? And you can sun gaze between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can sun gaze between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 6 to 8, depending on the season. Okay, so 8 to 10 a.m., 4 to 6 p.m., or 6 to 8 a.m. is a great time to sun gaze. All right. Your pineal gland, you have to look at the functionality of it, right? So it is the light bearer, right? It is the light sensitivity that comes into it, handles light sensitivity, right? Everything has light, the colors, even colors are going to be looked at as light, right? So the reason why you see colors is because they absorb that color of light. So you got green grass, but you ain't never seen a green light. But the green grass is indicative of it being the green light. Okay, a strawberry is indicative, or red pepper, of it being some red light. A purple or a dark blue fruit or vegetable is indicative of it being those light spectrums, even though you can't see them. So those fruits and vegetables absorb those light spectrums and give you the phytonutrients that you need that will also fall in line with your owner's manual. So we're not only just giving you herbs, we're giving you foods, we're giving you nature-based interventions, we're giving you everything. So that's why when I ask you, how can I slow your breathing? How can I allow you to know that everything's going to be okay? How can I get you to get back into the passenger side of your own car? Mm-hmm. You scared to do that, so you already did that since you was a baby. And it's very rare for adults to sit on the passenger side of their own life. If somebody diagnoses you, if you feel yourself going down that road, just know that you're only fighting against yourself at the end of it all. And it's all about, did you win or lose? At the end of it all, you only fight against yourself. Could you maintain the level of understanding it took to live as long as you could? How many of you guys believe that you could really live to 120 years old? I mean, upright. How many people really believe that they could live up to 120 years old? I'm talking about without no cane. I'm talking about without no wheelchair. What would stop you? What would be the challenge that stops you from living to 120? What's the first thing coming to your mind? Right? I know y'all probably don't want to share that on here, but what could challenge that? Somebody said sickness. Thank you. Nothing but myself. Thank you. Fear. Health issues. My mind believing it. So you see, will. Yeah, but I'm telling you, what you know is what will. Not knowing earlier, doubt. What you know, whatever y'all just said there is what will. If you can't see what you just understood about yourself, I just got you to see that you're answering your own questions, but you're asking somebody else. You're answering your own questions, but you're asking somebody else. Ain't that crazy? So people already got the answers within them. Now, if you get them to focus on what they said, then they're understanding that they're living up to that energy, knowing that that's the problem, and you ain't trying to solve it. And those will become the real reasons why your ass don't make it to 120. Because I know it, but I won't do nothing about it. I'm just so proud to know it. Oh my God, HerbMan, I just thank you for helping me know my issues. No, mama. we want to help you solve them too. I'm just not ready yet, but I just think at least I got it. Just not, I get you. I understand, I get it. But at the end of the day, it is not about just knowing. And what I'm saying is don't wait until it's too late. Some of you got some time, but don't wait until it's too late and try to scream from help with the bulldozer squeezing you. It's a little too late, man. I can't get there before the bulldozer would squeeze you. Okay? Now, if you had told me while you were some kind of way the bulldozer was chasing you or something, we may have been able to get there in time. So, you align yourself up with this information. Your birthday holds the most information of any piece of information that you came into this paradigm with. If you don't know your birthday, that's fine. But if you do, which most of us do, that is a record of all of the influences that could ever influence you. Where that was at, what that was doing. And you got about 16 energies outside of your mama and daddy and what she was going through and this, that, and the third that's going to influence you at the time you came into the paradigm. And these things are continuously influencing you as an infant, through your adolescence, through your adulthood and elder statesman, and you have no clue. And what we're introducing to you is to understand how these things are actually influencing you. And they gave you certain tendencies, certain characteristics, certain gifts. And if you use these things well with the acknowledgement and understanding of them, you can metamorph your life in a way that you never believed. Yes. All you need is 59 more. You'll get there. You'll get there. Pontiac, Michigan. Your gift. I'll just give you your gift. 117 is 18, right? That's 9. 1968 is eventually going to be 16 plus 8. That's going to be 24. All right. 6 and 9 is going to be 15. 1 and 5 equals 6. So concept ordinary. Concept extraordinary. There you go. Concept extraordinary. Your gift is communication. All right. You have the gift of gab, the gift of speech. You can use that in various ways: singing, artistry, social media, marketing, communications of any kind, radio, working around music, having your own platforms, podcasts. That's your gift. Smoky Quartz, 326. It's 29. 2 and 9 is going to be 11. That's eventually going to be broken down to 2. 1977. It's 17 plus 7. So that's 24. That's 6. 6 and 2 is 8. Your gift is your intelligence. Your gift is your intelligence. You're quick witty. You're on the spot type of person. Can call on you. You'll get the job done. Okay? But you got to watch out for burnout. In the healing realm, you got to watch out for your immune system concept. Watch out for immune system. Watch out for allergies. Watch out for autoimmune issues. Okay? That's just off of that, but I didn't want to do the whole thing, you guys. I can't do that. Get your owner's manual for a funky measly $50. You see how many birthdays start coming through here? I already finna lose my voice. 12, 15. But I got my old schools on it though. I like it. 12, 15, 27. That's gonna be a 9. 1964 eventually gonna be 16 plus 4. That's 20. So 2 and 9 is gonna be an 11, right? So you are very intuitive. Tim Watt out from Graham, Washington. Your intuition, how you feel about a thing, your ability to be great confidant, a great empath. That's your gift. If you use that wrong, then you could be prone to growth and development issues, eyesight issues, reproductive system issues. Tim Watts. Concept extraordinaire. Go to the website. Type in owner's manual. All right. Foxy P, 42554. I told you I got these old school Chevys in the building. 425. That's gonna be 29. 9 and 2 is 11. That's a 2. 1954 is eventually gonna be 15 plus 4. Okay, which makes that what, 19? That's gonna be eventually a 10 and a 1. All right. So you got 1 on the back end. You got what we say, 2 on the front end. So that's 3. Okay. That's a life path 3. So your gift is your intelligence. Your gift is your intelligence. The thing that holds you up is self-control issues. Okay? That's your biggest one, self-control issues. You'll find a reason to treat yourself. So that's it. Anybody else? You just type in the links is in the bio concept, www.loveherbman.com, or you could just DM me. We'll get you that information once the live is over. Born to stand out. 10-17 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 18 and 4 is 22. That's a 4. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is a 4. Your gift is your heart. Your gift is communication. Your gift is speech, social media. spiritual things. But you also can have bad depressive issues. Okay, born to stand out. Watch depression. Jermaine, 11-9. Okay, that's 20. So that's a 2. 17 is 8. 8 and 2. 10, so you're 1. Jermaine, your gift. Your gift is in the details. You detail oriented, structured. You're a planner. Architect your life, my brother Jermaine. Write it down and get it done. Just start checking it out. Okay? If you don't do that, you got a big problem with stress and worry and anxiety. Okay, Jermaine? Yeah, you gotta DM me. Concept. We don't do that on the line. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We'll do Gaga. Thank you. 279 2792 in Jokey. I think I done you already, but 9 and then 19 and 2 is 21. That's a 3. 3 and 9 is a 12. 1 and 2 is a 3. Okay. So again, your gift is going to be your intelligence. Your downfall is your self-control issues. Yeah, you just had to DM me. Concept. 6, 12, 69. 6 and 12 is 18. That's a 9. 16 plus 9 is 25. That's 7. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Okay? So you, John Mason, the farmer, are very intuitive. Okay? Very good friend, very good confidant, an empath. All right? When you're not confident, okay, you could have spouts of delusion. You can be very unforgiving. Five, 14, 63. 5 and 14 is 19. 1 and 9 is going to be 10. That's 1. 16 plus 3 is 19. So that's also a 1. So 1 and 1 is 2. All right. So a 2 is, again, an intuitive person, an empath, a confidant. Right? But what blocks you is being very unforgiving and sometimes being very delusional with what reality is bringing to you. Okay? Well, you'll never be able to get my help if you can't figure out the internet thing, okay? All right, you DM me, we're gonna get you the email, but if you don't know how to email, you came to the wrong place, Concept for help. All right? Because I'm all the way in South Africa, but we ship and we get herbs to you. We do whatever we got to do, no matter where you are, as far as in the USA. But as far as not knowing how to work the internet, but be on the internet looking for help, that's not something I'm willing to waste time on right there. Foxy 57, 4 and 8. Look at you guys. I know I may look a little, you know what I'm saying, but I'm damn near 50 years old. I'm coming here playing. All right. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. All right, Fox is 57. 16 and 8 is 24. All right, so that's 6. So 6 and 3 is 9. All right. So a 9, your intelligence is your gift. Your intelligence is your gift. On the flip side of that, you have an addictive behavior. Okay. You have an addictive behavior. $324 is 27. That's 9. 18 plus 9 is what? 17. I'm sorry, 27 as well. That's 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 8 and 1 is 9. Same thing. Intelligence, be thankful. But an addictive behavior, self-control issues, are your tendencies as well. All right. Janet, 83 is 11. That's 2. 17 plus 6 is 23. That's 5. 5 and 2 is 7. You are Janet O. Your gift is that you are a intuitive person. You have great sensitivity when it comes to emotions and feelings. You are an empath. You're a great confidant. You can put yourself in other people's shoes. The flip side of that is that you can also be a little delusional to reality sometimes. And also have spots where you could be a little unforgiving. Don't allow those things to block your guilt. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking, man. I got 8 more minutes. I should have already been at 100K. Okay? Anybody else? Now, I don't email anybody concept extraordinaire. Just DM me. So you got to friend me here. You can't just come on here without friending somebody. So if you friend me, then you can DM me. You can message me. You see? So you want to follow me. And then when you follow me, you can talk to me. You can message me. Right. So then just message me. Don't put your information out here like that. I done told you 1,000 times to DM me. We're gonna take care of you. You know what I mean? But I don't want you to put your information up there. Anybody else before we ride out? You guys, this is the information that you get from your owner's man. Okay. So we are still in business. We still do what we do. Consultation is everything. You need an assessment. All right. And the way that we're bringing this assessment is far and above anything that you've ever went through before. All we need is the birthday. Okay. We don't need a hair sample, stool sample, blood type, blood sample. You don't need that. We never needed that. Okay. We never needed that because the body was sanctity. It was sanctified. It was a non-invasive, non-intrusive type of thing, a taboo to be so microscopic. So we're using some ancient stuff to be able to do this for you guys. And it's such a blessing to be able to do it. Okay? Such a blessing to be able to do it. All right? Such a blessing to be able to do it. Anybody else got any other questions? We got about 8 more minutes, man. So I'm going to let you guys thumb it out. And let's try to get us as high as likes as we can. Listen to some of this music. And I'm either finna hum my voice away or I'm about to hum it back, one or the other. Okay, Bob, I got you. Yes, yes. My pleasure. Just Robin. You can always call in to place an order to concept text. Concept extraordinaire. Okay. We appreciate you, but we give you plenty of options. The link is in the bio. You're going to have to learn that part, though. All I want to do is all I want to do. All I want to do is Come on, Fat Mama, let's close the video out. She catch me cold. She probably one that gave me one. Let's see. Tell everybody bye, mamas. Tell everybody bye. Say bye-byes. Say bye-byes. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys, man, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until next time. Peace. Love HerbMan. Peace. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Tell me say bye-bye. Tell me bye-bye. You said that thing good, huh? Saying that thing good.
Yeah.
Peace.
Mama says that in the lap. Mama wants to sit on the lap.
Dale plata tierra, man.
Yeah.